podcast. This is episode 12? Episode 12.
Hello.
Nice. I am Joe. I am here with my beautiful wife, Neha. How you doing today, babe?
I'm doing great, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm doing better because I'm with you, obviously. Baby girl, how do people reach out to us if they want to, communicate?
Well, they can go to our website, theillnoise.com.
Simple.
They can check out our Facebook page and follow. They can also go to Instagram and follow. They can go to Pinterest. They can go to TikTok, or they can go to X or Twitter.
Oh, nice. A lot of ways for people to reach out to us. Everybody, we're over 3,000 now. We want to just keep growing. We hope we keep showing you guys a good time. Hope you get some laughter. Hope you have a little fun. We appreciate every single one of you guys. So, let's keep doing it. So wonderful. We love hearing from people, by the way, and we'll talk about that or tackle about that later. But we love hearing from people. This week, we had the opportunity to sit around, watch a couple games, but we got to watch some of the NCAA tournament. Now, usually when I would reference that, I would actually mean the men's NCAA tournament, which I've watched, and Connecticut's going to crush because Hurley's the man, and he's coaching his ass, and they're going to probably win back-to-back. But we've been watching NCAA basketball of the women's variety, right? And I gotta admit, I have not been this enthralled in non-male sports, quite frankly, potentially in my entire life. Now, you're gonna probably reference some ping points that no doubt it did make me sway a little bit, like I'm totally understanding of that, right? But I just, I always followed men's sports. I always followed baseball, basketball, football, a little hockey. It's like that. It's like the vowels, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes, you know what I mean? But I did not follow the way I could have, and I'm glad that I'm doing so now.
I mean, you didn't follow Mary Lou Retton?
I mean, she was a baller. I think the 1984 Olympics, I was -7. I remember her crushing then, yeah, but didn't make me all of a sudden go and just like watch women's gymnastics. I wasn't like, hey, what's going on a Tuesday in the women's gymnastics world? That didn't really happen.
I mean, you could have at least. I know you were old enough to watch Venus and Serena Williams.
Of course. And Venus started it off. Serena took it and ran with it because Venus actually was like the one and stuff. No, I remember all that, and it was cool. It was fun. I'd watch a game or two. I'm like, oh, this is cute. But it wasn't like passion. I admired it, enjoyed it, respected it. But wasn't like.
So what about when the women's basketball team, the American basketball team, crushed it in the Olympics?
Yeah, and the bra comes up. I remember. The shirt comes up.
I mean, come on, those are big names. You got to.
They are. They never really. I mean this, and I think a lot of guys would probably agree with me too. Quite frankly. And no shade, but like
it takes a killer college women's basketball player to get your attention because she's better than LeBron James' son.
Oh wow, you're doing it, Caitlin. So there's a couple things I would say about that. I think she's more skilled, quite frankly. But I also think that it might not end up good if they did want. There's a whole difference between men and women. I don't want to get into that because of how awesome the woman you're trying to reference without saying her name yet is all about. So taking that away for a second, let's talk about what we've been, and we're going to talk about things later too, but let's talk about what we have really enjoyed, and that is the NCAA.
Why can't we talk about it? Talk about how great the greatest women's basketball player is.
It's arguable. It's a lot of fans of Cheryl Miller, the OG of women goats, might disagree. Diana Taurasi wasn't too shabby. 3 natties in college and another few WNBA championships. I don't know if Caitlin Clark's the GOAT yet, but
of women's college basketball.
She's got a pretty good case. Now, here's what I would say with that a little bit. Well, hold on. I think really, let's at least bring everybody up to snuff with things for a second. Although everybody probably is. So really quick, and then we're going to come back to where you're at right now. So give me 10 seconds just to bring us back. We watched the games. I don't know if we spent a lot of time watching South Carolina play against USC. We should have, because Juju was playing on USC, and they lost because South Carolina is amazing. Like, they're undefeated. They're amazing. And I think they've lost 1 game last 2 years. Fact check me, those of you that I think that's happened. Obviously, so South Carolina is the prohibitive favorite in the women's field. They're crushing it, undefeated. They made it to the Final Four. They're going to play NC State. They're probably going to crush them too. In the other side, really quick before we talk about what we want to talk about, Connecticut, Gino Armoria has been coaching that team. Is arguably the second best women's head coach as a man of all time. Pat Summitt, Pat, the Miss Pat Summitt is the GOAT of God, and she's passed on, but God, I've been thinking about this, how much she would love what's happening with women's basketball right now and how much attention it's made. But what we really, UConn is getting there too. But what we concentrated on this week was watching a game that I can say since the Super Bowl, and you tell me if I'm wrong when I say that, because I don't want to throw curves here. I want to throw fast. I want to throw heat. But I think since the Super Bowl, I think the game we've enjoyed watching was Iowa playing against who? LSU, right? And led by Angela Reese.
Louisville, right?
No, LSU. Louisiana State University, LSU.
Oh, I thought it was Louisville.
Well, you're wrong, but that's okay. It was LSU. But led by Angela Reese, the star of that team.
I believe her name is Angel.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's Angela, but if I'm wrong, I will be I don't know. It could be, but I think I'm right. But anyways, Miss Reese, can we at least say Miss Reese? Is that okay? Can we agree it's Miss Reese? Okay. She's a beast. Miss Reese is a beast. And because they won the championship last year against Iowa, and it was a rematch in the Elite Eight of Iowa against LSU. Now, you said you and Mama were watching the game, and you guys. What was your initial thought? What was Mama's initial thoughts about Miss Reese?
It's like, she's mean.
She's mean. I love it. Because she's got a dog.
She was wearing her like Taylor Swift concert costume.
Wait, Miss Reese or Mama? Because if Mama was there, go.
No.
Oh.
No, Angel.
Yes. It's Angela, by the way. But anyway,
I'm Angel.
I think you're wrong. Maybe we should look it up. Never mind. Let's keep rolling. But anyways, so LSU played against Iowa, right? And if you watch Caitlin Clark, guy, woman, girl, boy, like some sort of talkative animal, like a porcupine. That could be like, hey guys, we're like, are you fine? No, I'm porcupine. But like so you would say Caitlin Clark has got, come on, baby, stick with me, honey, has got game, right? Am I right or wrong?
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Reese's LSU Iowa rematch nets the record audience for ESPN.
Nice. Okay. So I got you. No doubt about that. But how good were they both?
I think they were both awesome. But I think Caitlin Clark, she just kept putting those threes
So
in.
here's the thing. So Angel, and I think her full name is Angela, but you're right. She goes by Angel. But I'm just gonna call her Angela. I'm gonna call me Joseph and you Neha. But Angel Reese. She got hurt like in the first half and still got 17 points, I believe, and like 21 rebounds. So Mom was right. She was beat because that's her game. But let's talk for a minute about the potential college basketball women's go. Potentially. Just potentially. Because I know we talked about this in football, Patrick Mahomes and stuff. Caitlin Clark. Mama, I want you to do this. Caitlin Clark's a badass. She's a badass. Like, seriously. Like, did you? I know you watched the game. You were right there next to me. The girl had 41 points and 12 assists in the Elite Eight against a team that beat her last year with arguably not as good of a Iowa team this year as she had last year. She's so good. Like, she's so good. And like, I'm telling you, there's like little boys right now and guys that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s that were like, oh, it's all about the men, that are watching her and going like, whoa.
I mean,
Whoa.
like my reaction to her putting in all those 3-pointers and almost every shot, 2-pointer or whatever, everybody else are doing the same thing. Like maybe one or two other people put in a 2 or 3-pointer.
Yeah.
But Caitlin Clark's like, shh.
She didn't put in 1. She didn't put in 5. She didn't put in 8. She put in 9 3-pointers. And you know what's funny about that is she tied a record for the most 3-pointers in the NCAA tournament game. You know whose record she tied?
Her own.
Yeah. That hey. So I've watched her, and again, I don't have all the female comps. I don't, because I've literally in my 40s. I've spent my life watching baseball, basketball, and football primarily. And basketball wise, I think when I watch her, I see two guys because I'm just like, watch, and it's not fair. And I'd love for, people to reach out to us and be like, hey, well, she's kind of like this woman and this woman. That'd be great. But the guys that I have watched over the last 30 plus years, right? I think she's half Steph Curry, right? Because she shoots from anywhere, right? And she's money, right? Like she's heartless. Like she's
like half court, no problem.
Fearless. Deeper than men's 3-pointer in pro. But she passes the ball way better than Steph does. She shoots like Steph. I think she passes the rock in the format she's able to do so, like Magic Johnson. So I think she's like half Steph Curry and half Magic Johnson. And for those that never met me and for those that are just listening to our channel, realize this. I don't think I could give her like higher props than that. Like those are two of like in my lifetime, the top 10 men's players I've ever seen. And I'm saying she's half of this amazing person and half of this amazing like she is just. And the thing that I would say really quick, and then I want to hear your thoughts on watching her. But the thing I want to say is when you're a good passer of the ball, like a Magic Johnson, like a John Stockton, like a Steve Nash, like a Jason Kidd, again, I'm doing mostly like a Diana Taurasi. I mean, Diana was pretty good. When you're a really good passer, and it's almost like being a good quarterback, there's a lot of similarities. Like when you're a good passer of the basketball, if you and I are playing on the same team and then you are like on the team and I'm looking to pass you, I'm not looking to pass where you're at, right? I'm looking to pass to where you want to go. Because if you're at a spot and then you start moving towards the basket, I don't want to pass where you're at. I want to pass on the way to where you want to go. So you can get it in step, get the ball, collect it, and then make the shot. And she does that amazingly. Like she's so, and that's called passing with anticipation. Like Caitlin Clark is like, I mean, she can shoot like Steph. Like her shot is better than any female I've ever seen play in basketball. And I'm not telling you I'm the greatest historian of basketball. I will tell you that Cheryl Miller, from what I understand, because she was a little bit before my time, but from what I understand, she's potentially the women's GOAT. And then there was many, Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi. There's many other women, Cheryl Swoops, many other women, Candace Parker from Naperville, Illinois, by the way. Candace Parker. Like, there's many women that were really, really good. But when I see her play, I think she's the best. And what's crazy is, in my lifetime, she might be one of the top 20 people I've ever seen play basketball. Now, if you know me and you know what a basketball historian I actually am, that says a lot. That's factoring Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. Let's factor in LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. So I'm saying top 20 as far as her skill set, not her resume. She's in college, but her skill set. She's a tops, man. And I've enjoyed so much, you and I together, babe, just enjoying her, just watching her. When you see her play, like, what do you, let's be honest. If those of us out there watching this, you don't know, my wife did not play Division I basketball. I think that's safe to say. But when you watch her, what are you thinking? Because you're mesmerized just like me.
Amazed. I think she's incredible.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about the passing. And I mean, I understand the assist. Like you're saying, she passes and she's assisting.
And then they score. Like,
yeah,
you pass to me, I get it, and I score. You got an assist. That's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
She probably has I know she has a really high number of assists.
Third most ever in NCAA tournament history, by the way. Most points ever, but third most assists ever. So she doesn't only score, she passes.
Right. Yeah. She's all aces. I mean, I thought you were going to say, until you said the passes thing, I thought you were going to say she's like Steph and Jordan. I'm like, whoa.
No. Hold on. That second name, we don't need to throw that out there. That's not fair to her. But don't evoke MJ. But she can shoot in a similar fashion as Steph. Like Steph can still shoot better, but she ain't far behind. She's
yeah. I don't think she's dunking.
No. Well, I saw a photo of her. She's at a Dunkin' Donuts. She had a cup of coffee. She had a donut, and then she dunked it, in the cup.
Is she getting the Dunkin' Donut endorsement as well?
She needs to.
She has more endorsements than most NBA players.
She does. NIL's blown everything up, and she's like top 5 of, I think, all college. I mean, she's amazing. So I'm looking forward to, I know the next the Final Four is happening with women's basketball, and NC State sorry guys, is playing South Carolina, who's undefeated and has lost one game in the last 2 years. So they're going to lose. And then Iowa's going to play against Connecticut. And Connecticut is coached by the second best women's coach potentially of all time, because the GOAT is Pat Summitt, who's passed on and who would love to see where women's basketball is right now. But you know what? I always say his name wrong. Sorry, guys. But you know, probably the second best coach of all time. And they have a pretty good player on their team too, babe. Right? What's her name?
Paige Bueckers.
Yeah, Bueckers. That's close enough. I got you. Yeah, Paige is really good. She's incredible. But so here's what I'll say. So Paige is not Caitlin. Is not good. But Paige is really good. Like really good. Like no hate on Paige. None. Right? Like none. Right? Like she's there. But Iowa's number one seed. I don't know how good individually Iowa is, but their team is like a great team to be around, Miss Clark. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it. But anyways, can't wait to talk to you guys next week about what all happened with that, because by that time, the champ. So not only will the Final Four be done, but the championship will be done. So, but I know we're both Caitlin supporters. I do want to switch gears here for a second. You know, we had referenced tacos last week, if you remember, right?
Yeah.
And we got a couple. You know, we got a couple people flooding us out, giving us some recommendations. And I did just want to shout out real quick two people in particular. So Marcus from San Diego said that if we're in San Diego, because that's why he's from San Diego, it'd be weird if it was like Marcus from Philly that has an option about Florida, you know. But anyways, Marcus from San Diego mentioned to us that Casa de Reyes is right up there, one of the top dogs. And he actually said, I know you guys keep referencing tacos, but enchiladas are the route to go with there. So
nice. I love enchiladas.
Yeah, I know. Yes. I do too. I still love tacos more, but I do too. And I know you do. And you make amazing enchiladas. But I bet you don't make them as amazing as those folks in San Diego at Casa de Reyes. So I think we need to make it a point to get out to San Diego.
Joe just likes all my cooking.
Of course.
That's how most husbands are.
Because you're... No. No. You know what? I don't think that's the case, but your husband does, because you're an amazing cook. So why wouldn't I? As I'm thinking about the sausages and vegetable options that we're having later. So anyways, Casa de Reyes, San Diego. Let's go there. Now we heard from this other guy. Listen. We got a lot of people that responded, but I gotta give a shout out to our boy, Jeff from Minnesota. Fritzy. My boy said, if you are in Minnesota, you go to Bravi's Craft Mexican Kitchen. And let me tell you something about my boy. Let me tell you something about my guy that said that. If Fritzy said it, believe it. Like, seriously. Like, that dude knows what good food is. And if he said that, I'm about ready to do that. So, is it Tuesday? Oh, we missed Tuesday because next Tuesday we're going to do Taco Tuesday again. But I think we got a couple places out here we can roll to anyways. But once we get out to see my boy and stuff, let's go to Bravi's and let's get out to San Diego and go to Casa de Reyes. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Nice.
Road trip to San Diego and Minnesota.
Well, there's one of those, you know, and I think I mentioned this to you, but in my late 20s, I was going to potentially move out to San Diego. Isn't that crazy? We would never met.
Yeah,
been out to San
we
Diego.
did go to San Diego together, like 2 years ago.
I think we went to LA
And San Diego.
We did actually bounce in there for a second. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we got to go back out there again because apparently we got to get out to Casa de Reyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's, by the way, I know there's a lot of people out there that just speak English. And I'm not telling you because my wife, she's bi or even trilingual. I'm like lingual and a half. But so you know, if you go out to Casa de Reyes, what that actually it means is House of Reyes. Okay, just want to help you out, you know. Right? Okay. But so anyways, now I'm getting hungry. But we're gonna eat some. But moving forward, we did do our movie of the week. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It was short and sweet.
We went to see In the Land of Saints and Sinners, right? We did.
Yeah.
Now, and it was with Liam Neeson,
Well,
right?
We should tell this whole story.
Okay.
Because we were gonna go see Ghostbusters.
Yes.
With Paul Rudd.
Something strange.
But we total had a time conflict.
Yes.
So we chose The Land of Saints and Sinners because it had Liam Neeson.
Right.
Oh, Liam Neeson, totally awesome. We love it.
Right, and the last one, I think we watched on television.
Well, come on, let's give some props to Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's great. We saw a movie the other day, and I swear, like, it was Liam Neeson, and he was like, "I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If it's money, I don't have it. But what I do have is a certain set of skills." You're right. And,
okay, Liam Neeson's been in Schindler's List, Academy Award.
It was about the Jews. Yes.
For about like 10 categories. Best picture, best actor, best director, best everything. So
everything.
Liam Neeson's just a killer. Okay.
You know what cool story? Hey, really quick about Schindler's List, babe. You know what a cool little fact about Schindler's List is? So Steven Spielberg was directing Schindler's List, right? And he is, you know, he's got Jewish blood.
He's Jewish.
Yeah, so he's making this like really hardcore movie that's about the Holocaust and about and this is true. This is so true, and I can't wait to see your expression. But during like Schindler's List, while he was making it, like it was hardcore, and he was always like in his feelings because it was hardcore. And rest in peace, Robin Williams, who was friends with Steven, would call him every day and make him laugh. And make him smile and make him feel good.
Nice.
Right? Because he was making like this movie about the Holocaust and like so intense and so crazy. So you're right. Like Liam Neeson was in amazing movies. He was obviously in the Taken series. He was in Schindler's.
Remember he was in Star Wars? Like
he was
the early ones? Like
no, I do, but the first three are the OGs, the original. Anyways, I do.
I liked him when little Anakin was a boy.
I did. That little guy would want to be like, hey, come here. Stab it. Little Anakin. But it was great. But what we did, and what a lot of people do in a lot of movies, is we went, deuces. Hey, deuces. And then we walked out. Like, we hung out.
Let's tell a little bit about what happened.
We don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time to tell everything, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, it just starts out, they're in a town, and then he just kills somebody, and before he kills this person, the person's like, okay, he's like, start digging your grave, man.
Yeah. So, you're right. Like, yeah. And again, I think actually if we tried watching again, probably when we not flex it, we'll probably actually enjoy it. But not only were we not feeling it, but I just think like we just weren't feeling being at a movie. Like it would have to be like a really amazing for us to stick around. But we want all of you guys to stick around and join us next week. Baby girl, I'm stoked that we're doing this. Happy that everybody's around for the ride. You want to say goodbye to everyone?
Have a great week, everybody.
Yes. Have a great week. See you next week.